Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Michael. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Oh, God, I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous? I'm actually more nervous about the technology than actually speaking live like this. So can you tell me if you can hear me? That would be great. That would be a great start. Michael, can you hear me? I know my mum and dad are watching from Australia. I haven't seen them in like 8 months. I love you, mum and dad. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Michael. That's good to know. And my sisters and my brother are watching, so this is great. This is so exciting. I'm just going to fluff about here for 2 seconds while see if any latecomers want to come on. But really, I wanted to do this first one as a practice because I haven't done the YouTube Live before. I've done Facebook Live, but, you know, when you're learning a new technology, it's always a little bit scary. So I really appreciate you showing up. So firstly, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get notifications, I think, of what's coming up for me. And thank you. Also, give me a thumbs up. That's the thing to do. Hi, sis. My DL, my sister's on. That's great. And I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers, actually. I've been building my page a little, and I've got a lot of, you know, wonderful new friends here now, and I've been enjoying actually discovering some new music and sharing it over on Twitter. I took a bit of a social media break for a few months when COVID hit. Just, you know, I tend to sometimes when actually, I want to share this with you because I know a lot of musicians, especially everybody, but musicians, because that's what I do, are feeling this. So I want to know how you are, how are you doing? And I'm going to be coming up. I'm going to be chatting with some friends of mine, rock star friends of mine, and sharing our stories with you, so that, I don't know, it might help, it might make you feel good, it might just be of interest to you. Because yeah, it's not an easy year, but I know that there's a lot of good coming out of it as well. I'm hearing great stories from people that are saying, you know, if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't be doing this now. And so I know that if the COVID-19 situation hadn't have happened this year for me personally, I would have been out on the road touring, which, don't get me wrong, I totally love it. Last year I landed the biggest gig of my life as backup singer with John Fogerty, and through my good friend Bob Malone, I'll be introducing you to him in an interview in the next week or two. He is John Fogerty's keyboard player and my dear friend and my mentor, actually. So yeah, I mean, I just assumed that this year would be the same. We'd be out there touring the world. And then COVID hit, and like a lot of you, I'm left sitting here thinking, oh, because I'm an Australian living in Los Angeles, I'm on an artist visa. So my question to myself immediately was, well, what do I do? Do I go home? We don't know how long this is going to go on. Obviously, there's not going to be any work for quite some time. How do I pay my rent and all that? And I'm sure everybody is going through the same situation. So I started to say that I took a social media break. And the reason is because when I come to a place where I don't know what to do, I tend to, and I want to manifest the next phase of my life, I tend to go into, I call it my monastery. And so I kind of shut everything down, and it usually can go on for a few months. You know, not my friends, of course. I still see my friends and my family and all that sort of thing, but I just shut out as many distractions as I can, and I meditate daily, which I do normally, but I tend to go into a real study mode, and I start you know, listening to gurus and listening to people, motivational people. I don't know, just anything that I can think of that might help me. And thank goodness for YouTube, because it's a wonderful tool for that, you know. So I get a little obsessive, but it's all about, you know, it's all about manifesting what I want in my life. And so far, you know, I'm happy to say that things are going really well. And so this year, what it's done for me, instead of being out touring, which I just cannot wait to get back to, because, you know, that's probably my number one joy. Hi, Bob Malone. Bob Malone has shown up. Woo! My rock star, one of my rock star friends, who he's, as I said, John Fogerty's keyboard player. So say hi to Bob. Yeah, and I would be out touring, which I can't wait to get back to. However, this situation made me think about, well, okay, if I can't tour, what am I going to do? Like, obviously, I can't tour at the moment. So what am I going to do? And it actually took me back into a place of, well, you know, how am I going to generate, you know, my income now? I've been a songwriter for many years. At one time I was signed to Warner Chappell Publishing many years ago. So I've kind of always felt deep down that my songs would be my vehicle. And even though I like to perform, and I'm going to be doing a live performance next weekend, 22nd of August. I wanted to tell you about that over on stageit.com, so please join me there. I'll put links underneath when this is finished, so you can find those things. Hi, Adele. Thank you for being here. It's live performing for me. Unlike Bob Malone, is not my number one passion. I love the creative process of writing and creating music. I love being in the studio, but I love the backup singing. And I've been Bob Malone's backup singer now for 10 years. When I talk to Bob, and hi, Loan, hi, Troyce. When I have a little chat with Bob on live for you, we'll tell you all about how we met and how everything, our journey. We met 10 years ago, and so we'll be telling you more about that. Anyway, so I've been doing some online song pitches in Nashville, and I've been meeting other songwriters. I've been co-writing with other writers for quite a few years now. But recently I met a wonderful young male country singer, and I knew the minute I heard his voice and this song that he had out. I'm going to tell you about him a little bit later. His name is Nate Smith. I put it on my Facebook page. And I knew the minute I heard his voice and heard his song that he had recently released that he was going to be a star. In fact, I thought he must be a star. But when I messaged him back, he said, oh, you know, I'm just kind of, you know, putting out a few songs. And I went, oh, no, you're going to be doing more than that. So I'm really excited to be writing with him now. And all I can say is watch this space for Nate Smith. Who we got here? Blue Mountains, yes, Bob. Well, that's right. I'm not going to give it all away yet, how we met, but Bob Malone is, a crazy, crazy, crazy great keyboard player. Look him up, follow him. He tours with John Fogerty, but he also does a lot of his own touring, And I have toured with him and opened for him, but I love being a backup singer for him. And a couple of years ago, 2018, Bob took the whole band to Italy because he got booked for the Umbria Jazz Festival, which was just amazing. 10 days, 10 days in this beautiful old walled city of Perugia, and 17 shows, 2 huge stages, incredible crowds. That was just the highlight for me. And then it's a highlight of my career. And then we went to China and did the same thing in that same year. And so that's what led me to thinking early last year, before I landed the John Fogerty gig as backup singer, it led me to thinking, what do I want to do? I want to do more of that. And so I went into that manifestation mode and I meditated on that and just imagined, I said, I got very clear about what I wanted. I think that's really important. I wanted to do more backup singing. I wanted to tour arenas, so it had to be a big name act, but I had to be available for Bob Malone. Well, never did I expect that it would be John Fogerty, and I got everything I wanted. I got to tour with an arena act, and I was available for Bob Malone because he's in John Fogerty's band, so when John's not working, I'm available for Bob. Anyway, I just love that story, and it's a true story. It really happened, but it still knocked me for 6 when it happened, even though I had asked for it. So I'm just ad-libbing here. I hope I'm not, rambling too much, but whatever's coming into my head, it's just really nice to see you all here, and I'm glad you're chatting amongst yourselves there. Yes, there's not much else I wanted to tell you today, except that I'm going to be live streaming, actually playing the piano at Bob Malone and Karen Nash's home. Karen Nash is Bob Malone's wife. I'll be talking more about her. So their home we refer to as Nash Gardens. They have a beautiful grand piano because that's my requirement to play. I need a grand. I'm sorry, a keyboard for me is just not sexy. So, it's got to be the grand piano. It's the whole thing. It's the look, it's the sound, it's the, I'm sure you enjoy it more too. Bob Malone plays a keyboard. You'll understand that. He plays mostly grand pianos, but he also has keyboards sometimes. And sometimes that's awesome because he's all over the place. He can jump around. He runs around the stage and he's crazy. Just go look at him. So yes, Bob, I'm going live from Nash Gardens next Saturday evening. It's going to be like 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. It's going to be 11 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. I'm sorry for the Europeans, but I'll have to do a special one for you because there just doesn't seem to be a good time to do something in LA that matches up with, that is a good time for Europe and Australia. So I think I'll have to do a separate one for any Europeans who express their interest. All right, well, that's it from me today. Tell me in the chat where you're from so that, we can see where you are. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all again very soon. Really appreciate you coming here to be with me and support me. It's Karen watching, Karen's watching me. My phone is, Fantastic. All right. Over and out for now. I love you all very much, and I'll see you again soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye.